Lawyers with Texas Attorney General's office said Tuesday that women should sue their doctors, not the state, for lack of access to abortion. Defending state's strict law, Beth Klusman of Texas Attorney General's office made this point in her oral argument before the state Supreme Court in a case challenging Texas' abortion ban. The ban prohibits doctors from performing abortions after a fetal heartbeat has been detected, usually around 6 weeks into pregnancy, with only exceptions. In cases where the mother's life is at risk, if a woman bleeding, if amniotic fluid is flowing from her legs, then the problem not with the law, Klusman said. Klusman was responding to plaintiffs who claimed the law had plunged the state into a health crisis. The lawsuit, Zarofsky v. Texas, was filed by 22 women who said state laws forced them carry unviable and dangerous pregnancies to term. In other words, endure the ordeal of pregnancy with a fetus that may not survive. In many cases it put them at serious risk. The lawsuit filed by Center for Reproductive Freedom alleges that many of 22 women were denied care because doctors told them they were not sick enough to handle it, despite severity of damage unviable pregnancy was doing to their bodies. Clearly life-threatening. Most popular stories from the Hill 40 businesses also signed a brief supporting lawsuit. He argued that ambiguities law resulted in a significant financial cost, approximately $15 billion, lost revenue and departure of businesses and employees from state. The plaintiffs argued that 2021 law invalid, even if procedure is not generally legal, given long history of doctors being allowed to determine when an abortion necessary to protect mother's health under state law. They argued although the legislation contained language intended to allow abortion in life-threatening situations, it was so vaguely worded and its penalties so harsh that it amounted to a complete ban threatened the lives of mothers already carrying babies who may not survive. The last 2 years are a departure from a centuries-old practice in Texas that gave doctors broad discretion over when abortion was necessary to preserve the life of their patients, said Molly Duane, an attorney for the Center for Reproductive Rights. For much of Texas history, Duane argued court doctors in the state were allowed to perform abortions if they in good faith believed it was necessary to save mother's life. That changed in 2021 when the state legislature passed a Senate bill that would subject Texas doctors to severe penalties, life imprisonment, lost their medical license, and hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines if they perform an abortion on a diseased fetus. Abortion bans that exist today subject doctors like my clients to the harshest penalties imaginable, Duane said. This prohibition applies even to complex pregnancies which the fetus may not survive birth. This led a district judge in August to block prosecution of Docto.